8th open session board meeting. Happy you could all join us this evening. I do have a report from closed session. The Board of Education took unanimous action in closed session to approve the settlement agreement for student number 2461. The Board of Education took unanimous action in closed session to approve the settlement agreement for student number 6134. And with that, we will continue to the regular open session. Call to order. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang.
Aye.
Mr. Sung.
Here.
Ms. Lamb.
Here.
Mrs. Ryan.
Present.
Mrs. Gill here, and student board member, Mr. Burke. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Lena Richter to introduce our student leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, President Gill. Tonight it is our honor to welcome Charlotte Coyle, an amazing Valentine Viking and president of Spring Student Council, to lead the board in the salute to the flag this evening and share a little bit about herself and her school. So Charlotte, if you could join us at the podium, it is all yours. Sorry. Okay. Take your time.
Good evening. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Superintendent Dr. De La Torre, sorry if I said that wrong, Board President Gill, distinguished board members, the executive team, and all those in attendance tonight. My name is Charlotte Coyle, and I am a 5th grade Viking at Valentine Elementary School and the Spring Student Council President. I am joined here by my principal, Miss McAlpine, my teacher, Miss Joyce, and my mom. I've been attending Valentine since kindergarten. Becoming a member of the Student Council and being the president has made my year 10 times better. The Student Council has always been something I have wanted to do for a very long time. Last year I ran for vice president, but another candidate was elected. That night I thought, how could I improve in 5th grade? So when I heard about the Winter Student Council, I was so excited. But I wasn't picked as a representative for my class. I was a little disappointed, but I knew I could try again in the spring election. But for the Spring Student Council, something different happened. I was chosen for Miss Joyce's representative for president. This meant so much to me. It meant my classmates wanted me to lead. So I worked hard and asked students what they thought we should add or improve to the school. This strategy paid off though, and many 4th graders, 5th graders, and teachers wanted me to be president. So now I'm trying to make Valentine an even more amazing and fun place for not only the students, but the staff, teachers, and parents. At the moment, we are having popsicle sales to raise money for something called a buddy bench. This is a place where students can sit down if they have a hard time making friends, their friends are absent, or they're just shy and scared to approach people in general. No. When I was younger, and even now, I can be kind of shy around new people, and sometimes it's hard for me to make new friends. The younger me would have 100% used it once or twice. The idea is someone can sit down and notice a student, or is also a little shy and ask if they can play. Valentine is an amazing place, but sometimes little things can make a huge difference. Upcoming events that we have worked hard to prepare for in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade are state testing. Students have learned so much all year, and this is a great time to shine and show our academic excellence. Jogathon will also be taking place in May, and everyone is looking forward to raising money for our school, focusing on health and fitness, and enjoying popsicles at the end. Grade levels are going on exciting field trips and enjoying end-of-the-year activities. With only 26 days left in the school year, I am really excited about the 5th grade activities, 5th grade promotion, and the road to middle school. Before I go, I'd like to recognize some people. Our dedicated Sergeant-at-Arms, Austin Liu, our awesome Secretary, Meg Doherty, our amazing Treasurer, Max and Chen, whoa, our humorous Vice President, Sophia Shen, and all the hardworking people that ran for Student Council. You guys are so awesome, kind, cool, and smart. You guys made my year so much better. Finally, Miss Joyce, the amazing teacher who created and run the Student Council. Thank you for making Student Council happen. Without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met all my awesome 4th graders who are now some of my good friends. Speaking of friends, I also wouldn't have made a bunch of Student Council friends either. Now, without further ado, tonight, as I welcome you to the San Marino Unified School District Board meeting, I would like to pay respect to our country and our flag. Please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand quietly and put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for your time and have a good evening.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you. Carmen, I need you to come on up here. I'm going to present you with a certificate. And we're going to
Great
take a
job.
photograph. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here this evening with your mom, Miss Joyce, and your wonderful principal, Mrs. Valentine. You did a great job telling us all about your experiences at Valentine Elementary School. Congratulations on your position this year. I'm going to present you with this certificate that reads, "In sincere appreciation for leading the Board of Education in the Pledge of Allegiance at their regularly scheduled meeting held on April 28, 2026. Thank you. Yes. Board first, and then we're going to invite your mom and your teacher and your principal to come up here and join us. One, two, three. Okay, can we get Ms. Joyce, Ms. McAlpine, and Mom? Mom, you can get right here next to your daughter. Where you want? Ready, one, two, three. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I do. Okay. That's all right. Fantastic. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was so wonderful. I feel like our students get more and more poised and professional each time. It's crazy. Okay.
President Gill, may we take a moment, and I want to special welcome to Gretchen, who is our city council member, and she's here visiting with us. Welcome, Gretchen.
Thank
City Council, former mayor.
Thank you for being here. Okay, approval of agenda. I would like a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Roll call. Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye, and Student Board Member Burke. Great. Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the 3/24/26 meeting minutes?
Like to make a motion for the approval of 324 minutes.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan and Mr. Chang.
Aye.
Roll call, please. Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Ms. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye, and Student Board Member Burke. I need to go back to item B, approval of the agenda. We have a slight change, so I need a motion to reorder the agenda as follows. Information section, consent section, action items, then comments. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second, please?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Chang,
Aye.
Mr. Sung,
Aye.
Ms. Lamb,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye, and Student Board Member Burke. Is everything else the same? Should be, Mrs. Tiller. Do we have?
Go ahead with your next.
I'm going to keep moving.
Yours is the correct copy.
This one is,
Yeah.
okay, great. Information items. First, a Measure M update. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Stephen Choi to update the board on the progress and current standing of Measure M.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, Student Board Member Burke.
and Superintendent Dr. Delatorre and the executive team, as well as the San Marino Unified Community. Tonight, we are pleased to present another Measure M update. Jim Burlew from Nolan Construction Services is here with us, and we'll be presenting a detailed update shortly. Since our last update at the March 24th board meeting, we have made significant progress across the program. So we have quite a bit to share this evening. As you will hear, we have exciting summer projects coming up very soon, as well as several major construction projects in the works. Jim will walk us through these projects and provide an update on our leaseback efforts as we move through contractor selection and pre-construction planning. But before I turn it over, I also want to note that you may have noticed the change in how Measure M items are being presented for approval. And these items are now placed under the consent section, as each item will include a cover sheet as well as a description and costs, as well as related attachments. And this adjustment is really intended to help our board meetings run more efficiently. At the same time, if any board member has any questions, we are more than happy to pull any items for further discussion. I would also like to remind the board and the community that these approval items are discussed with our bond board subcommittee, which includes our board president Gill, board member Chang, our superintendent, myself, our public information officer, as well as the entire bond program team. In addition, we hold bi-weekly meetings with our school site principals, followed with weekly emails, so our sites anticipate what's coming. Ultimately, these items go through multiple layers of review before coming to the full board. We also want to continue and prioritize transparency and community engagement. Our public information officer, Rochelle Meyer, is actively sharing updates, and our most recent issue of the memo was distributed on April 3rd. Furthermore, the San Marino Tribune partners with us to highlight the latest updates across the community in regards to Measure M. And with that, I will turn it over to Jim to provide a more detailed presentation of what's happening and what's to come.
Thank you very much, Dr. Choi. Good evening, President Gill, members of the board, Superintendent De La Torre, and members of the cabinet. We're going to go over the bond program right now. We're going to focus on Valentine. We're going to talk about Carver and San Marino High School. Hopefully I get the button in the right direction. Okay, there we go. This is a slide that you guys have seen before, just talking about the responsibilities of the CBOC. So nothing here. This is just a boilerplate one. Our project phasing overview, we continue to talk about phase 1 up here, phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 1, this is where all of our major projects are at right now currently, and we're pushing forward on everything. So this slide right here, this is from the last presentation. It's familiar to everybody, just so you guys can see where we were previously. And this slide will show you, if I hit it enough times, there we go, kind of where we're at. So currently today, we have the Valentine Elementary School, the new 2-story classroom. We're in design at this point in time. We went through and did our leaseback process, which you'll see here in a minute. And we shall be through design starting around April of this next year. We should be complete. So, and then we will start construction of next year, and then we will be done by July of 2028. That's where we're going with Valentine, Carver, and San Marino High School. So our early impact sites are going to be the playground replacement and shade structures at Valentine, Carver, those two. The playgrounds, we can push those out and do them right now. The only challenge we have is the shade structures that they have to go through DSA. So we're planning on starting right now, building the playgrounds, get them put into place. And then as DSA does a review towards the end of summer, we'll have the shade structures approved and we'll get those in towards the end. So that way the children, we will have the playgrounds done by the end of the summertime for school year. So. Okay, so our phase 1 schedule detail that we have here is major impacts is Valentine, Carver, and San Marino, as we all know. The other ones we have, like I said, is the playground replacement, the shade structures, and then we have the synthetic turf and track replacement. That's going to happen this summer as well at the high school. We have the stadium baseball field lighting that we're looking at right now. We're trying to investigate a design to figure out how we can upgrade those, what our limitations are. We have gymnasium HVAC upgrades that are taking place right now. They're in design as we speak. We just gave them today some feedback on their design development of their plans. We have the concession building mural that's going to be painted on the outside of the building. That should be happening within the next week or so and be totally done. And then, of course, we are starting on our district-wide roof replacements with our 30-year warranties. And we're going to proceed, and we're starting out with the high school at this point in time. We've already spoken to Dr. Wolf to make sure that our schedule will fit at the campus, and it looks like we're going to be okay. Currently, this is our rough order magnitude estimated budget for the projects that we have out to bid right now. Our project budgets come out to be a total of about 105, 106 million today. So these are the Valentine, the Carver, the San Marino, as you can see up there. So these are all the major ones. We have other small ones that we're taking care of as well. So we went through the lease back process so far. We're looking for the best value for the district. We're not looking for lowest number, this, that, everything else, because we know everything can impact the cost of a project if they are not using a good procurement strategy and they have not good experiences. So we are doing the best value selection. Our project delivery role, our pre-construction services for the contractor, they're going to do constructability and phasing reviews. They're going to help with the subcontractor procurements and help with value engineering to keep the budgets down and make sure that the project is buildable to the budget that we actually agreed upon. So January 30th, we went and put out a request for proposal, request for qualifications. We got those proposals in on March 12th. April 16th, we did an interview and we had 4 contractors show up for the interview: Belfort Beatty, Erickson Hall, Neff, and Pinner. Scroll down a little bit. April 28th, which is today, we had legal review all the documentation that we need to send to the contractors. So we've created the post-interview clarification and evaluation. That is where we take and evaluate what the contractors said they were going to do, for how much, and how they were going to bill. So we put that into a memo for justification. Contractors review it, sign it, send it back. Now we have them locked into their promise of how much they will do. Their addendum 5 tightened everything up on our scoring, our evaluations, everything, as well as the justification memo. And then the addendum and acknowledgement form is the one that they just signed, saying we acknowledge 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then everything's in a nice tight bow, and it is ready at that point for the district to figure out who they want to work on which project. So right now, nobody's been told anything. As of today, since Sam has approved it, and if the board's okay with it, I will send out these 4 documents to the contractors. So, and all the contractors get a different number 1 form because it's all unique to them. Okay. So San Marino High School, the medical arts building. So this is a updated rendering. This is like one of 3 different options they're going to show you. So it looks much better, I assume. This little roof right here, they did it to kind of match the existing campus, but you'll see another version where this is not here. Reason being is because they have a flat roof, so they can probably put solar panels on it. Otherwise, we'd have to put them in the parking lots and take up your campus. So we're going to try to see how much we can get on the flat roof of the new building to try to eliminate anything around the entire campus and the parking lots, things like that. So as we know, this is the layout of the building. I put these slides down here just so everybody can tell that the L shape that's right here is the new layout of the building right here. Okay. The building currently is the straight section and the second straight section right there, but we're only focusing on the front straight section. Just want everybody to understand. And then this one over here is the library. It's on this side. So just so everybody knows, this L is actually this building here. And then this one here that's up there is going to be your library building. Okay. We have 5 temporary portable classrooms that need to go on the high school for the construction. Dr. Wolf needs to see if he can get some portables out there before the beginning of the school year. The challenge we have right now is the site is a geological hazard with all the fault lines everywhere. So we're pushing DSA right now to say these are temporary. They're not going to be over a fault line. We figured out a place to put them by the girls' field house that it can be away from the faults, and we're hoping DSA will say it's temporary, you can go. So we're pushing for that right now. Worst case, and we told Dr. Wolf, is if we have to go the regular process, they probably won't go in until January. So that's why we're pushing hard for the it's temporary, let us go type thing right now. So, okay. This is your concessions room mural. This is what it's going to end up looking like on the side of the building. So it's just under $10,000. Would only take about 3 days to do. Okay. The athletic field. So working with Dr. Wolf and the athletic director, this is the style of the athletic field with the numbers and everything. We had some other input that was given to us about different shadings and things like that. And that was talked to with AstroTurf, the professionals that do it all the time, and Dr. Wolf. And this is the final one that they came up with that would work for the site. And they did consider everything. Dr. Wolf did bring everything up, all the different shading, the different numbering, things down the middle, everything. So, and they did the pros and cons and explained it to them. And here's our final product. This is actually in production right now. So this carpet. And this will be happening this summer as well. So by the end of the summer, that'll be done. Here's our scoreboard, our media board. So we're pushing for this one as well. We're trying to get this one done by the end of summer, hopefully. This one may have to go through DSA, and if it has to go through DSA, it could slow us down, but we're trying to push to not do that. Gymnasium. So we have 2 gymnasiums, and we're upgrading the HVAC within the gymnasiums themselves. We're going to be utilizing a product called a duct sock right here. And that duct sock is a hyperlink if anybody wanted to ever see that. You can see what the product looks like. So the product basically looks just like this regular ductwork you see up here, except for it's made of a fabric, and on the inside it's reinforced. So, and you can get it in many different colors. It actually just unzips apart for some reason. If you ever needed to change one or clean or do something, you could unzip, pull it apart, do it, but people really don't do it. And they use these a lot in gymnasiums within K through 12 schools in California. So, okay. Rough order of magnitude was about 3.6 million. We'll trim that down as we get ready to put this out to bid. Okay. Valentine Elementary School. So this site here, as we have all seen before, we knew about a few easements that were in there. We have another easement that's right here. This easement kind of destroys the whole side of the building going over there. So the facility master plan has a building over here. So the thought is we're going to take all the portables out. We're going to put them on the right side temporarily, build a building over there. It doesn't have to be shaped like that. It'll be shaped differently. We spoke to the staff. The staff said that they did not want to have the kitchen right adjacent to the building. It would be too loud. So another good point to separate it would be just for the site, so the kids and everybody are not disrupted quite a bit. But we're really pushed into this just because of the easements and the things that are on the campus itself. Final site will hopefully look like this, something like this. Fence will get put back for M&O. This is actually access into the backside of the kitchen right there. So, okay, Carver. So Carver, this is kind of where the drop off and pickup's going to end up being in the final product. And then we will have the, and then we'll have the parking down here. So this will be a one-way exit coming out, kind of like what we had in the facility master plan. Here's our building, the actual layout and how many classrooms we're going to get. We know it's going to go into the north field, into the green grass area itself. We're currently also working up there on the playground area to try to consolidate the playground into the flat surface up in the tennis courts. And that would be it. So.
Can you go back to the Carver site plan?
This one?
No.
This one?
I can.
Thank you, Clark. Yes, ma'am. So currently, President Gill, we have, as you know, the buildings are up here. So this is the final product where the buildings come out up there and the buildings come out here. So this will be a later phase.
That's San Gabriel.
No.
Or is that Huntington?
San Gabriel here,
That's San Gabriel. Right?
and then
That's
Huntington
the
up here.
exit that is right now. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions from the board on anything?
You talked a little bit about, you know, all the different phases at the different schools. Does it affect at all the summer programs and the events that we have ongoing? The use of the facilities, and as well in the fall, how will it impact the instruction piece?
Priority number one is the students and the site. So if you guys have testing or anything that's taking place and we need to stop work or adjust and move around, that's what we do. So we will not impact the site. We'll make sure that we're away from it. If we have something that looks like it's going to impact, we'll have that discussion with the site leadership to make sure that what we think we can do is acceptable to them first. We will never do something without prior approval. So that should hopefully be minimized, any kind of impact to the site and the children.
We've had some planning and coordination meetings with a number of different organizations that use our facilities. So in the summer, we've met with PT affiliates, met with the Chinese School of San Marino, connected with Right at School to coordinate because there's going to be a lot of activities. And, as much as we coordinate, we're going to be prepared. Things might change and, we have each other's contact information. So we're as prepared as much as we can.
Yes, sir.
And breaking ground is anticipated in 27, you're saying? End of next school year or sooner?
Carver, I'm expecting to break ground about May of next year.
Okay.
The other sites, I'm looking at June of next year. Yeah.
So this coming school year, there won't really be any disruption, but we will have the temporary classrooms installed, and will they be utilized right away, everybody?
So we're looking at phasing in even between portables and interim housing. So we had that discussion with some of our user groups as well. Like, what would that look like? What would that entail? Obviously, we want to minimize disruption to the instructional program, but it's a matter of sequencing. I think one thing that we got out of the leaseback meetings was that we identified the potential to complete these projects by summer of 28, which then we kind of like sequenced back from that date. So we don't want to start too early, because if you start too early, then it creates even more disruption between that time of starting and finishing.
Yes, sir.
Can you move the image back to the high school? So
Which one would you like, sir?
the
Rendering, maybe
The main one?
concept.
yeah
Concept.
This?
yeah. So with the new addition, Stephen, is that will affect to the there's a pass for each class on the ground. So is that will need to change or not?
So if we go to the next slide, you see a site plan for the high school. And this new building on the first floor, you see it's kind of L-shaped, right? So it will change a little bit in terms of how students can access the building. You see how that red box down there on the left? But the designers and the architects have really figured out in terms of how to efficiently access this building in a way that's compliant and safe with DSA requirements. So I think there's still an opportunity for us to even look at details and still move things around if we can improve that access, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a theoretical rendering of the building on the outside. So this is just an option they threw out. So that has not even been discussed with the district yet.
So inside the campus, there's the path for each class.
Yeah, so this building,
Identification. So is that need to redo or not?
oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
class
Right.
tiles on the walkways?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had talked to Gil about that, and I think what we're going to do is we may have to relocate some of them. I know the latest class goes right in front of the 400 building right there. So looking at this, I don't think it would disrupt that. But we want to preserve that. We don't want to lose that.
Yeah, double check.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Stephen, will we be looking at the configuration of safety? We've got some fences up at the various sites. So as we're moving from one area to the other, is it still going to be, or are we still monitoring the safety in terms of the campus? And then really, as we get the new structures in place, are we redoing some of the fencing? How does, like, what's
Yeah,
what are we looking at?
safety and security is core to not just, the early impact projects, but to the core to all of these major projects. And even with the high school that you see here, there's security integrated as part of the design. The fencing that you see between the new proposed building and the existing building here, there's new security fencing here with the idea that, how could we safely enclose the campus at the same time maintain some open access so that that gate is still openable, but it's, it does improve security that there is security fencing there. And this holistic approach of integrating security is something that we are incorporating in all of our projects. And when we look at Carver and we're looking at that new building, we're thinking beyond the new building. Once that new building is done, we're looking at modernizing the classrooms as well as the campus. We're thinking about keeping a consistent, safe experience across all of our campuses.
Thank you. And also, if you could talk a little bit about, right now we have fencing, we have cameras, we have various things in strategic locations. Are we also looking as, the evacuation pathway will be blocked or changed? How are we accommodating for that? Because say it starts, we break ground in 2027, we're still running monthly safety drills and evacuations. How is that? Our safety plans will have to be relooked at. How will we continue to pivot and accommodate that safety aspect, right?
Absolutely. We have to look at it holistically. And interestingly enough, we're piloting some new technologies that can have a critical role in how we implement a safe and secure campus. Mr. Huang has implemented a very interesting pilot over at Carver School. One of the issues we have is in the kindergarten playground, there's a gate there where a student could easily open and run out. We implemented a very innovative new approach where there's a sensor on that gate, there's a camera, there's a loudspeaker, and as soon as that gate opens during hours of the school day, it's integrated in communicating, notifying certain individuals. So very interesting approach to security and safety now. It's not just about fences. It's about integrating all the pieces from technology to fences to how we plan our drills. I think there'll be an opportunity for us to reevaluate all of that and then implement it and train people so that we have the safety.
And the training will be key to our staff as well. Yeah. Thank you.
I would, speaking of safety, would like to see some physical architectural features probably installed that are more integrated, where cars can't break right through that.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of aesthetically pleasing ways of doing that.
Absolutely.
Some landscaping. And so on the west side driveway, can you say what the plan is for that with the new building?
So preliminarily, we had looked at fencing. We had looked at implementing a security gate that's automatic and integrates technology. We are actually going to pilot that technology on the new gate that was installed at the high school between the art gallery and the admin building right there.
Yeah.
And the idea is if you have a vehicle that we know and has been vetted as safe and should be there, the gate would open automatically based on license plates. But at the same time, there's also an intercom system that will be integrated.
But on the west side?
On the west driveway. That is part of the design that we envision for the west side gate. But before we implement anything, I want to pilot this. I want to make sure it works.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to test and pilot on the southeast part of campus.
And then the construction area is totally blocked off from student access, right? So
Yeah.
are you having people live scanned also that are on campus?
Yes, ma'am. That is part of the requirements. We get everybody live scan. That's going to be on. And another thing that came out with DSA this past year is DSA requires us to also submit to them a safety plan.
Okay.
So before the job even gets open, we have to have a safety plan. It goes to the state, they review it, approve it, and they do kick them back and say, this is not good enough.
Okay.
So it's not just a piece of paper. So there's another level of security.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Dr. Trump.
B, proclamation number 1, California Day of the Teacher, May 13th, 2026. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Jason Rose to present proclamation number 1.
All right, thank you. And good evening, President Gill, Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Delatorre, Executive Cabinet, Student Member, Board Member Burke. Each school year around this time, we like to bring attention to all the hard work that our classroom teachers have invested in our students and families. One way to do this is by honoring our teachers by proclaiming May 13th, 2026 as California Day of the Teacher. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas an educated citizenry serves as the foundation of our democracy, and whereas today's teachers mold the minds and train the workforce of the future, and whereas no other profession touches as many people with such a lasting effect, and whereas good teaching grows in value and pays dividends far beyond the classroom, and whereas excellence in our state begins with California's teachers, and whereas California's teachers are among the best educated, most credentialed, and hardest working educators in the country, therefore the San Marino Unified School District hereby proclaims Wednesday, May 13th, 2026 as the California Day of the Teacher. We urge all San Marino citizens to observe this day by taking time to remember and honor those San Marino Unified School District teachers who give the gift of knowledge through their teaching.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Moving on to the consent section. Do I have a motion to approve consent section?
I think I have one more.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Yes, proclamation.
Proclamation number 2, I see that.
All right. So my second item for you tonight is also to shine a light on our classified staff and honor their dedication and hard work in their service of our students and families. One way in which we do this is to proclaim the week of May 17th through May 23rd, 2026 as Classified Appreciation Week. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas classified professionals provide valuable services to the schools and students of the San Marino Unified School District, and whereas classified professionals contribute to the establishment and promotion of a positive instructional environment, and whereas classified professionals serve a vital role in providing for the welfare and safety of San Marino Unified School District students, and whereas classified professionals employed by the San Marino Unified School District strive for excellence in all areas relative to the educational community, therefore, the San Marino Unified School District hereby proclaims the week of Sunday, May 17th through Saturday, May 23rd, 2026 as Classified School Employee Week and wishes to honor the contribution of the classified professionals to quality education in the state of California and the San Marino Unified School District. Thank you.
Thank you. Well deserved for both. Thank you. All right, consent section. Do I have a motion to approve consent section A through T?
President Gill, I'd like to make the motion to approve consent sections A to T.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Lamb?
Yes.
Thank you. Roll call, please. Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill, aye. And Student Board Member Burke? Aye. Thank you. Action items. I would now like to turn it over to Mrs. Penalora for a second reading of Board Policy 6146.1, Certificate of Proficiency / High School Equivalent.
Thank you, Board President Gill, Executive Team, Dr. De La Torre, and our esteemed board members. I am here to present the second reading of the Pathway to Diploma. I wanted to know, do you want me to read it? Do you want to have me just answer questions that you might have about the pathway?
I think we've all reviewed it. You can hit the
Okay.
highlights if you wouldn't mind,
The highlights of it? Yes, absolutely.
and any changes that have.
There are no changes. So the Pathway to Diploma allows our students to earn a high school diploma with 130 credits, and there are 13 specified courses that students need to make. There will be a determination of whether or not the parents and the student want to do a certificate of completion or a pathway to diploma. We have organized all of the curriculum. We have developed the curriculum, and we're ready to have our first graduate this year who will be completing that pathway. I think that this is in response to Assembly Bill 181, and we are looking forward to graduating more of our students. We have 3 to graduate next year, but the highlights are that our students are going to have access to each of the courses that we've designed for them.
Are there any questions? No? Thank you, Mrs.
Okay.
Candelara.
Thank you.
With that, do I have a motion to approve the second reading of Board Policy 6146.1, Certificate of Proficiency / High School Equivalency?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan. Thank you, Ms. Lamb. Roll call, Mr. Chang?
Joseph? Joseph?
Aye.
Mr. Sung?
Aye.
Ms. Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill? Aye. And Mr. Burke? Thank you. Now I would like to turn it over to Dr. Lena Richter to present a second reading of Board Policy 5145.13, Immigration.
Thank you, President Gill, members of the board, Student Board Member Burke, Superintendent Dr. Delatorre, and Executive Cabinet. Item 11B, which is Board Policy 5145.13, Response to Immigration Enforcement, is being presented as an action item this evening. The board policy was presented to the board as a first read at the March 24th regularly scheduled public board meeting. Since its first read, no requests have been made for any updates or changes. This evening, the staff is bringing this item back to the board as a second read with a recommendation that the board take action to approve Board Policy 5145.13 as presented.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, with that, do I have a motion to approve the second reading of Board Policy 5145.13, Immigration?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Ryan. Roll call, Mr. Chang?
Aye.
Mr. Chung?
Aye.
Lamb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan?
Aye.
Mrs. Gill? Aye. And Mr. Burke?
Aye.
Thank you. And that's it for action items this evening. Moving on to public comment. The Board of Education has adopted Board Policy 9323B to ensure the public's right to be heard in any matters pertaining to the San Marino Unified School District. Persons who wish to provide public comment will have 3 options to submit public comments. Number 1, submit through an online form. Mrs. Delatorre, do we have any submissions via the online form?
We have no submissions today.
Thank you so much. Number 2, request to speak during the meeting via Zoom. Mr. Huang, please pause the meeting for 1 minute to collect public comments.
The 1 minute starts now. Communications from the audience regarding matters not on the agenda or items in the consent or information sections. Please provide your comments now. For items in the action section of the agenda, please provide your comments prior to the board beginning discussion on those items. If you would like to request to speak, please press the raise hand icon to make a request. If you're calling in from home, please dial *9 to make a request, or please submit a public comment card. There are 30 seconds left. We do not have anyone online wishing to speak.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. The third way is to request to speak during the meeting in person via the public comment card, and I have 4 cards that were submitted this evening. All are not on the agenda, and I would like to start with Mr. James Jacobs. And you've submitted 2 cards to speak on behalf of another CSEA. So do you want to do both right now? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Is it on the same?
Is it the same topic?
Yes, it is.
20 minutes allowed. For each speaker.
We ask that you take no longer than 5 minutes per speaker.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening. Dr. Delatorre, President Gill, Executive Cabinet, and esteemed board members. My name is James Jacobs. I am the San Marino CSA President, 26 years, been here 26 years now, 26-year special education paraprofessional, and also the head varsity golf coach, among other things. I'm here to speak about our classified staff compensation and its direct connection to student success and staffing stability. San Marino is widely recognized as one of the highest performing districts in California, alongside strong districts like Arcadia, La Cañada. We consistently see top-tier academic outcomes that reflect the excellence of our schools. To understand what sustains that success, it helps to think in terms of sports. It's the easiest thing for me. District administrators function like a team's front office, setting strategies, managing resources, and making organizational decisions. Teachers, they're the starters, the core performers who directly drive outcome on the field. But it's the classified staff. They're the bench players, the role players, the specialists. And in any successful sports organization, the bench is not optional. It's essential. Championship level teams, like my Dodgers, invest in their depth. They pay and develop their role players because they understand that injuries, fatigue, and complexity of competition requires a strong supporting roster. Teams that undervalue their bench may still show flashes of success, but they struggle with consistency and long-term performance. Right now, our classified compensation structure is not competitive enough to build and maintain that depth. We are seeing increased turnover, difficulty filling paraprofessional roles, experiencing staff leaving for neighboring districts that offer more competitive wages for similar work. That instability directly impacts students, especially in special education and intervention settings where consistency and experience matter most. If we want to maintain San Marino's level of excellence, we have to invest in the entire roster, not just the starters. That means ensuring classified staff are compensated in a way that reflects their value to the system as a whole. I urge the board to prioritize classified salary competitiveness in our current negotiations so we can strengthen retention and sustain student success long term. Following me, we will have several members from our classified family speaking about the impact of a 10% salary increase that would have an impact on their lives. I want to thank you for the opportunity to address all of you this evening and hope that you will see how 10% can make a profound impact on the lives of those who take care of our children and community every day. And if I can, I'll read Matt's as well. All right. Good evening again to everyone. This letter has been provided to me to read at this meeting by one of our paraprofessionals, Matt Wilson. Matt is a San Marino alum, 18, actually played second base for me. 18-year veteran, paraprofessional, varsity football assistant coach, and Matt has practice today, so he's asking me to read this on his behalf. I want to make this simple. A 10% raise is not about extras. It's about closing the gap across multiple job classifications and retaining new hires with a competitive starting wage. The other districts in the area get to pick from the cream of the crop while we scrape from the bottom of the barrel. As a potential employee, picking between districts, if salary isn't in the same ballpark, it's an easy decision to go elsewhere. Right now, we're falling behind. Paraprofessionals in San Marino start around $18.50 an hour. In neighboring San Gabriel Valley districts, the same role typically starts at $20 to $23 an hour. That means our employees can leave and make significantly more, often just a short drive away. We become option 3 or 4 for these potential hires. If they do end up picking us, they use the experience they're gathering to enhance their resume and use it as a stepping stone to go to a better paying district in the future. We're asking people to support our highest need students who rely on consistency and care, while paying less than surrounding districts, and in some cases, less than fast food wages. The same issue is happening in food services here. Fast food workers in California now earn $20 an hour minimum. Yet the people feeding our students every day are often paid less. That is why we're seeing turnover in this department. So let me be clear. Food service workers in this district should be making no less than $20 an hour. This is about retention. It's about respect. It's about keeping our schools functioning the way our students deserve. This is just one additional example of a position where starting salary needs to be corrected. And importantly, this district is in a strong financial position. It's not about whether we can do this. It's about whether we choose to invest in the people who serve our students every day. Our administration is paid at or near the top of the salary scale in the area as well, and it is well deserved. The foundational pieces and frontline day-to-day leaders and role models for our students should, at the minimum, fall in line with the rest of the area, but honestly, should be leading the pack. We are a destination district for students, but we are not for classified employees as things stand. A 10% raise helps close the gap. It helps us compete. Invest in your staff, and you're investing in your students. We're simply asking to be brought in line with the market and valued for the work that we already do. Thank you. From Matt Wilson. Thank you.
Next, I have Ben Cordiero speaking about classified salary as well.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. My name is Ben Cordero. And I've worked at San Marino this is my 24th year. And I'm a paraprofessional like James at the high school. I was working special needs. I'm here representing classified employees to respectfully ask the board to consider a 10% compensation adjustment. Right now, many classified employees are working multiple jobs. Myself, I do 3, just to keep up with the cost of living. That doesn't just affect budgets, it affects sleep, stress, and time with the people who matter most. For me personally, it would mean something very simple, but very important. I could spend more time with my granddaughter, Samantha, without constantly having to choose between extra work and being present in her life. And I know I'm not alone in that. Many of my colleagues are living the same reality with their own families. We often hear that this is one of the best districts to work for, but when looking around at surrounding districts, classified pay does not always match that message. Some nearby districts are already paying more for similar work. Classified employees are the foundation of what keeps this district running every day. We support students, staff, and campuses in many ways that directly contribute to the success that this district is proud of. We are not asking for recognition in words, we are asking for it to be reflected in compensation. This is about retention, stability, and making sure the people who hold this district together can also have a stable life outside of work. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Next, I have Alec Tarantula.
Good evening, Board President Gill, Superintendent Delatorre, and extinguished board members and all the distinguished guests. My name is Alex Tartula. I am a HMS paraprofessional. I have worked with over the district for about 13 years now. I'm reading in behalf of Diana Cho Glass. She could not make it tonight, so I'm going to read on her behalf. My name is Diana Cho Glass. I am a currently employed health aide at HMS. I've been a member of the school district for a little over 10 years. My journey began as a substitute aide and then progressed to a kindergarten aide and then a paraprofessional, where I spent 5 years working one-on-one with a student. I have always desired to work in the front office, and when I was offered that position of health clerk, I was so excited to the opportunity. However, I experienced a decrease in pay, which was disappointing, but I adapted. I can confidently say that working at the middle school has been my favorite role thus far. With that in context, I was astounded to be asked to speak at tonight's board meeting regarding the significance of a 10% raise for myself and my family. Upon reflection, I believe such a raise would be incredibly impactful, not only for me, but also my fellow classified colleagues. Many of us are in need of a boost, especially considering the cost of living these days. Despite being employed full-time, my income remains paycheck to paycheck. It's a challenge to manage expenses such as rent, healthcare, groceries, and I'm often leaning to the consideration of a second job. Therefore, a 10% increase in salary would provide meaningful support and some financial relief for me and my family. Finally, I want to express my sincere passion for my job. I truly love working at the health office at HMS, serving our students. My office is a safe space where students can come to feel better and receive care and find comfort. Thank you all for your time. Appreciate it.
That's all I have for the cards and public comments. Thank you to our speakers for being here. Now, next communication section, A, communications from the Board of Education. We ask that each board member take no more than 3 minutes to share their communication. And Mr. Chang, would you like to begin?
April 1st, there's a Valentine School open house. And April 2nd is a cover open house. Both of open house, I think, is a good opportunity for parents to understand the school activity and also the success. April 10, I attend the Caltech Associate 100-year celebration with Dr. Delatory. It's a long history for Caltech. I think that create a lot of success for the human being. April 18, there's a fundraising activity for Public Library Foundation. As an initiate member for foundation, I always enjoy it for this event. I hope that I can raise more money because my two kids they go from the library. Yeah, in the early stage, my wife always ask them to read, so the build up the foundation for English. As a new immigrant, I think is the big plus, yeah, to learn. And then April 24, May Day, tradition for the Valentine School. Thank you for Mr. David Pierce, volunteer to act as a chicken, yeah, for last 30 years. And then April 24, then Sarah Shaw. Oh, this is also my favorite activity to see. I see a lot of the girl student, a lot of energy. Yeah, yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sun?
Yeah, Mr. Cheng, you forgot about April 11th. You stopped by Science Olympiad.
Oh,
Thank you, thank you. So April 11th, we had Huntington Middle School and high school went to the Science Olympiad event, the state level in the Caltech. It was amazing that how our students dedicate to the, to make to the level. While other school, I kind of look around other school and they get a lot of support and tutoring everything. But our school students, they don't have as much as support, but they still make to the state level and they really strong stand. I mean, they really stand strong. So I was really proud of them, supporting them. And Mr. Chang actually visited us and encouraged them same time. And he took me to the Thailand in the lunch. That was amazing. And May Day was amazing. This is the second time I tried to do the chicken dance, and I kind of missed the chance, but I was there, and this is my last year for my kids' Valentine, and this is amazing, memorable because I have two kids that all grew up from the Valentine, but they both missed the chicken dance because it happened to be my first one came as a first grade, not the kindergarten, and second one was a kindergarten. It was COVID, you know. So I always make up for that, and I do the chicken dance for them instead. So that's my tradition to them. And this is the first time I went to the dance central, the dance thing. I didn't know we are that good at dance. You know, it's just like amazing. Their level of dancing is like a beyond what I see. You know, is I only know like K-pop a little bit, and I just see the
Which one is
BTS.
better?
Yeah, but they're
Than
better.
their,
They're better. You know, their Chinese dance was amazing. Their ballet was amazing. You know, I didn't believe that they could do like 30 plus dancing in the whole event. I thought that they're just gonna do 3 and that's it. You know, so yeah, it was amazing the event, and I wanna support the dance team more. You know, if I get a chance, you know, then this is gonna be a good event for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Lamb?
Yes, I attended the open house night at Carver prior to spring break. It was really wonderful to see the great work happening in all the classrooms and all of the students' works proudly showcased throughout the school. I especially enjoyed visiting the TK classrooms and also the dual language immersion classrooms. Really proud of the dual language immersion classrooms because as a Chinese speaking native, I feel that the program is so strong, seeing how advanced the language is and seeing how complex and what they're learning at the level that they're at and at their age group. So I'm very excited for that because my kids will eventually hopefully get to attend that and sign up for that. So I'm excited for that. And the TK classrooms, which are growing as each year because of the increasing enrollment, which we're also very proud of. And my kids will actually be attending this fall. So excited, very excited for that. I also had a chance to visit or actually spend some time at the Carver Carnival this past weekend. And I volunteered at the Spam and Musubi booth and we sold out. We were one of the first food booths to sell out. So that was a really great time. The kids had fun and just wanted to extend a big thank you to the PTA, the school leadership, all of the teachers, staff, families, and everyone that attended to, and all the volunteers, of course. All the parents were asked to volunteer, and it's what made this entire event a success. The level of volunteerism at our district is truly inspiring and really just a reminder and strength of the San Marino school community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Ryan?
Thank you. This month I've been busy, not like my fellow board members attending some of the events. I've been working with a number of assembly members looking at education bills and looking at what's coming down the pike. I want to personally thank Stephanie Duncan as she hosted our PTA Affiliates Founders Day celebration here at the district. I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend. I wanted to thank her, and that's it.
Thank you so much. I feel
Because
like
everybody took more than 3 minutes. I would just let you know I timed you. I timed you, and everybody took.
it's a rolling.
I just wanted to make sure I just did very.
Calm down.
We work collaboratively with our timing as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be brief. I do feel like it's been a lot has been packed into the last couple of weeks. As also we've had spring break, which I hope everyone used that time to recharge and spend some quality time with their families. Or away from their families, whatever they needed. Anyway, I'm very excited about the progress that we've made with Measure M. Mr. Chang and I have been able to delve pretty deeply into that to observe the planning process and the collaboration. And we do have a great team from Nolan and Dr. Choi and Dr. De La Torre and Rochelle, like everybody is just firing on all cylinders. It's so exciting. I'm sorry, Rowan, that you won't get to see the new building.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
The HVAC for the gym is.
I know, you're missing out on that.
Yes, well, we are talking about naming rights if you're interested in throwing your name in the ring for that one. But no, it's very exciting, and I think that the amount of planning that's going into not having the disruption impact our students, I think it's great. And I think that these early impact projects where the people who are here right now can see, you know, some of the progress and feel like they are participating in it too, which I think is just wonderful. Probably especially the air conditioning in the gym, I'm guessing. I attended the California Distinguished Schools Awards, where the high school and the middle school were both awarded. And it's just a testament to not only our amazing teachers and our certificated staff who all work so hard, but our students are really incredible. And like we've seen at the high school, from every level, I mean, just the range of talent, and they just work so hard and are just so, I think, coachable, I think is a great word. People love teaching our kids, and I think that's a testament to them and our families. So thank you for that. I attended the Carver Carnival also. A great time was had by all. I didn't get the spam musubi. I was too late on that, but I did have a caramel apple, which was delicious. So thank you. Mr. Burke, you're up.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The two main events would probably be Dance Central for us. The one thing I do have to say about Dance Central that makes it very special for all the high schoolers is the teachers dancing in Dance Central. They're very brave, and it's very how much they learn. Because the students will choreograph their dance, and then they learn so much from. It's probably about 3 weeks, and they get a vote on it. So like the next day, you got to find out who's the best dancer. Miss Leong, I think, always wins, but she was in DECO at San Marino. She was on the dance team when she was here, so it's a little unfair.
An advantage there.
Well, she's put her time in for sure.
So, but they're always good, and they're really creative on the stuff they did. Our Spanish teacher did a Spanish interpretation dance. That was really awesome. Mr. Good, another crazy one with Star Wars. And then lastly, our ASB elections, big turnout for that. And I think we're going to fill close to a 30-person class this year, so that'll be pretty good.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Other than that, pretty jam-packed. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. De La Torre.
Yes, thank you, President Gill, members of the board. There is growing concern supported by emerging research that excessive screen time, particularly at levels exceeding 4 hours per day, may have adverse impacts on students. It may have adverse impacts on students' mental health, sleep patterns, attention, and overall well-being. So I would like to emphasize that while not all screen time can be harmful, the distinction between school screen time and recreational screen time is really that important distinction. So many studies have been done already, more to come, I'm sure, that have demonstrated that 4 hours or anything in excess of 4 hours of recreational screen time has adverse impacts. And I think many school districts are starting to recognize that. And as such, they are going back and looking at their current technology policies. So what we are going to do here in San Marino schools is, given that these considerations are before us, the district has begun reviewing all of this research, thoughtfully going through it, thinking about what our practices are currently, and how we might be looking at modifying them in the future. So we are going to be looking at sample policies. We're going to be talking with our principals this Friday during our principals meeting. We will be discussing with them opportunities for drafting some policies that will modify and limit student screen time. which I think overall is going to be a positive move for San Marino. It'll be a big shift. Again, we can't control what happens after school or in our families' homes, but we can control what we're doing here in San Marino schools. And so we have to be thoughtful and really thinking about the impact of the time that kids are spending. And we're seeing lots of behaviors, especially amongst elementary age students, that we have not seen before. And this is not at all unique to San Marino Unified School District. We're hearing this from teachers nationwide. And some of these studies are indicating that screen time is having an impact on attention span. And deep reading is not happening to the extent that it used to in public education. So we really need to take a look at this and thoughtfully begin considering whether or not our school district would like to limit screen time. I know that LAUSD recently passed or adopted a policy that is more like a framework. It isn't a hard and fast. If you really dig into their policy, it basically talks about how they're going to, over time, address the issue. So they're easing into this, but they did look at the research and they're coming to the same conclusions. So I just wanted to front load the board that this is something that administration is going to be looking into, evaluating, and bringing back to you all for your consideration. So I want to put that on your radar. I'm also very excited and very pleased to announce that just this afternoon, we received word from the WASC Accreditation Committee that the San Marino High School received a 6-year clear, which is very exciting. That is, that's the maximum term allowable by WASC. And so congratulations to our administrators, our teachers, and our classified staff, and our students at San Marino High School all coming together and making that happen. So very exciting news.
Very early.
Yeah,
You got it very
Rowan,
early for that.
you showed up.
Thank you, Rowan. That's right. We saw him that day.
No,
was
but
good.
he had 3 alarms on before he could
did.
get there on
did.
I got there before you. Yeah.
True.
Your alarms.
So there should be a Rowan Burke Award
Yes.
coming their way very soon. Yeah, and speaking of Rowan Burke, speaking of which, I want to say that Dr. Rose has started a tradition here in San Marino schools wherein he provides all of our new employees with a jersey. It has their name on it and it has the year that they started working for us. We're also providing this to our Board of Education members. It has their name on it and the year that they began to serve. So you for a jersey that we are presenting to you tonight that I hope will bring you many years of fond memories of your time spent here. So if we can get a picture with the Board of Education.
Right now?
Ms. Yeah, let's go front and center with his jersey.
Sorry, it's not basketball.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll get on this side of you so that way our board president can get. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so thank you for your service. And we're not saying goodbye to you yet. Show us. Show us, yeah. And then the last thing I want to say is we have 26 more days of this school year before our last year of school. So yes,
Lots of 26.
we're getting close to the finish line.
Rowan, when are you going to head out to college?
Anybody's counting.
Like when? Yeah.
All right.
Move-in day is August 28th.
Okay. All right.
So we're all going to move you into your dorm, right?
Yeah.
I think you'd be very.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. with that, do we have any board superintendent discussion items?
Nope, not
Okay.
for me.
Thank you. And so with that, I'm going to adjourn at 8:24. The board does need to reconvene in closed session. We
Did I
didn't.
get mixed up?
Yes, of course. And then if there's something to report, we will report.